Bruno's fucking magic. He wears a magic hat. Southampton match review. Welcome back to another video on the channel, Newcastle fans. If you are new to Black and White Banter on YouTube, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe right now, and make sure you get us on Facebook and Instagram. Wow, as you can see, I'm still up a height after watching another fantastic result for the boys down there at St. Mary's. I wish I was there. I really wish I was there. Long old trip for them fans, but my God, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of beers consumed on that long bus or train journey home tonight. And can I just say, before we start the match review properly, on behalf of every single person involved with Newcastle United, I would just like to say to Ralph Hasenhüttl, who complained, wrote to the Premier League about any new signings being allowed to play in a game that was postponed and moved after January. Way! That's what we call unlucky, Mr. Ralph. God, I'm sure he's going to have some tears over a glass of wine to his missus tonight. But, hey, as long as we're 3 points better off, who cares? Now, what a fantastic result in terms of where that leaves us. 31 points. I wouldn't have dreamt of it 6 weeks ago if you told me we'd be on 31 points. Not even by mid-March. We're not even halfway through March yet as a month. We almost hit that magic 40. And I don't think 40 points is going to be needed to stay up this season. Everyone talks about that as a number. Norwich aren't picking that up. I don't think Watford are picking that up. Burnley will be very lucky to pick that up. So there's already 3 teams I don't see getting to 40. I think we are almost safe. And I'm not saying we are safe. I'm touching wood. I won't touch that wood. I'm touching wood. I'm not saying we are. I think we are very, very fucking close if we can pick up another result in the next 6 days. So the game itself, didn't think we were very good in the first half. I thought we were poor with the ball in the first half. Not to get to a negative, but just my thoughts. We didn't use the ball very well in midfield. We struggled to hold on to the ball. We didn't create too many openings. And generally, we just looked a little bit lacklustre compared to what we've seen in recent weeks. So at half-time, I thought Southampton had just edged it. Second half, we were a new team. We pressed better. We were more aggressive. We were better with the football. Willock was making a lot more runs, carrying the ball up the field for us. And when the chances came, obviously we took them, which is what I'll touch on in a second. So First half, first goal, a fantastic ball by Jonjo Shelvey. All Jonjo's done there to Mr. Wood, who I was delighted to see score his first goal, by the way, finally. He's just pinged it in and said, look, Wood, get your first goal for the tune. I've put it on a plate for you. There's your knife and fork. Jobs are good. And what a fantastic ball. That was worth 2 goals, that pass. And Jonjo Shelvey, I thought, had a poor game tonight. That was probably his best contribution. Didn't think he was at the races. First half, he tried to take on a couple of players and lost it in very, very dangerous areas. And I think against Brighton, he came out and he admitted he hadn't played that well. And what I'm starting to see tonight is how important Joe Linton is to our midfield. That's the first time he has not been in the team for God knows how long, the Jody Pele. He is crucial to doing all the dirty work to allow Jonjo to play his game. And I think Joe Linton was a huge, huge miss tonight. That was a big insight for me into what Newcastle's midfield looks like without Joe Linton doing all that dirty work. But of course, we still won. I'm not saying that. But in terms of how compact and solid we are, he's crucial. Second goal, you couldn't write it, could you? Bruno, on his first start, Brazilian, scores a back heel from 6 yards out in the box. Absolutely fantastic bit of improvisation. And I was absolutely over the moon for the kid. Again, though, on the topic of him, I don't feel like Bruno played that well. Some people might get on me back for that. He showed glimpses, bit of skill here and there, some nicely spread passes, full of it, attacking intent, and obviously his finish, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But he's still learning, he's still adapting, and he's still learning the English game, the speed of it. And he was sloppy in areas, he was. And I was a little bit off my seat, like, come on Bruno, get rid of it, get rid of it. So, yeah. My first insight into him is he's going to be a good player. The only thing I worry about is whether him and Jonjo can play next to each other, because I'd read when he first signed that his playing style was very, very similar to Jonjo Shelvey in terms of likes to drop deep, likes to spread a pass, likes to ping one high into forward positions and get the team on the press. And whether them two can play together, we only won game, and I'm not jumping the gun. I'm certainly not being that guy. But I see two very similar players, and without a linchpin like Joe Linton to break all that up with the daft, crazy tackles and that endless work rate that he puts in, I don't know whether a Shelby and a Bruno in the team is a bit of a luxury, because Willock, for me, is staying in regardless. He's fantastic at carrying the ball. He's always looking a threat, and he is earning his place in that team. But whether Shelby and Bruno can play together, I'm not sure. Standout performers for me tonight, got to be Dan Burn, the Geordie brick shit out. My God, he can do no wrong. I say the same thing on every video now, Dan Burn. He's really that good. He's aggressive when he needs to be aggressive. He's composed on the ball. He's a leader. Nothing gets past him. And in the other end of the field, because he's 6'7", we saw how important he can be with setting up Bruno's goal. So outstanding again. It's centre-back Dan Burn tonight. Left-back Matt Targett against his old club tonight, I thought was brilliant. He was unlucky not to score in the first half. Composed on the ball. Good going forward. Good in the tackle. And again, I'm saying the same things every game, which says everything I need to say about where these two new signings in defence, how they're looking. Ryan Fraser, the work rate on the man. He's just an angry Scotsman, isn't he? He just works and works. It got to the 80th minute, and I watched him specifically, and he'd chase the keeper, then back to the winger, then at the keeper. And this is in the 80th minute of a Premier League game. And at that point, he was just on his knees almost, and that's why I think Eddie Howe hooked him off. But what a player. And yes, we talked about Almiron's work rate, and that's why a lot of people used to like him. What Fraser has is the work rate, but he also has the attacking quality going forward, and that's the difference for me. He's full of intent, he's got a good cross on him, and he's a better version of Almiron. And I've got no doubt Almiron probably will be sold in the summer, because Eddie Howe sees what I've personally been saying for a long time, that he doesn't have anything good going forward. So Fraser again, absolutely outstanding. I thought Willock had another good game tonight. He's so important to getting us up the other end of the field. He's fantastic at taking a player on and weaving between players, and he's getting his attacking mojo back, which is fantastic to see. An honourable mention to Kraft. I was going to say Kraft and Shah, because I think Shah's going under the radar of Dan Burn a little bit. Fabian Shah has been a revelation the last couple of months, and what I see with Fabian Shah is the same player we saw under Rafa Benitez. Fantastic centre-back, good on the ball, and just solid. And him and Dan Burn are making a pretty decent partnership. But Kraft put in a very, very good shift tonight. Kyle Walker-Peters for Southampton was their strongest and most dangerous player for me from left-back. And Kraft did a pretty steady job on him. So that's the players I would give honourable shouts to. Like I say, my assessment of Bruno, who I know everyone's eyes will have been on tonight, was definitely has class. There was one moment in the first half when he flicked it over one of the central midfielders and then pinged the ball out to the wing. Oh, God. I was almost creaming my pants. So he's got that Brazilian class, but he just needs a bit more time. He needs to realise that you do not get the time on the ball in the Premier League to what you do in France. And he got caught on the ball a couple of times. A little bit sloppy passing, but he hasn't played much football, so we'll let him off on that. So there's more to come from him for sure. And onwards and upwards now. Because we've won that one tonight, Chelsea on Sunday is a free hit. I can't wait to go. I've got my tickets right here. Chelsea on Sunday, Everton on Thursday. I cannot wait. This is what support Newcastle is like at the moment. And if we stay up, this is what I hope support Newcastle will be like for the next 10 years. Looking forward to football matches. We don't expect to get anything at Chelsea, the champions of Europe. We don't. But I'm sure we'll have a bit of fun after what's happened with Abramovich today. That probably is the last away fans in that stadium for a while. And if we get beat on Sunday, we're fine. We've got Everton on Thursday, who are in free fall at the moment. This was a huge, huge victory that keeps the morale going, keeps everyone's confidence up. And there's a couple of players tonight who you'd like to come back in. Joe Linton might come back in. Maximin might come in. And they've got that rotation, like players like Lascelles can come in, Manquillo. So Chelsea for me is a free hit, but what a fucking result this was tonight. If you look at that Premier League table now, Watford have been beaten, Norwich have been beaten, and Leeds have been beaten. Could this night get any better? And Ralph Hasenhüttl has just watched two of our new signings stick one up his backside. Let us know what you thought of the game, Newcastle fans, because I'm still on cloud nine. Make sure you drop us a like, drop us a subscribe, get in the comments. And if you haven't already, get us on Facebook and Instagram, where I'm sure there's going to be plenty more posts to come from me in the next 24 hours after that fantastic result. And I will touch down probably in the next 24 hours for a Chelsea match preview. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night. Away the fucking...